I gotta unmute. Hey, everybody.
Hey guys, I'm here. Sorry. Hi, Jason.
How's it going?
All good. Just, getting the child settled, the dog settled, everything
Oh,
else.
you guys have matching shirts. Did we plan
Oh
this?
no.
Can you hear
But,
me okay? Because my sound might not be that great.
oh my God, right. Fun fact, it is not uncommon for Elisa and I to turn up at the gym unplanned wearing the same outfit, like all the same colors, all the same.
Uh,
Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, let
It
me
happens a lot.
Here we go. Lovely. Um,
I might have to try this on my phone, guys. 'Cause I think it might- action.
we can hear you. We can hear you, okay, Lise. Okay, so we are recording, and I am going to hand over to our amazing country manager, Jason Harwood, who
I can't
needs
hear you guys.
oh,
So
we
here
can
we
hear
go.
you. We can hear you. You can't hear us. We might have, well, anyway, I'll let you handle that side of things.
You can
Hi,
hear me.
everybody.
Yeah, we can hear you, Lise. Let me take. I'll text her.
Thanks, you dropped off. Welcome to, what is it? What is today? Thursday. Happy Thursday,
Thursday.
everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. And happy to spend some time together with all of you. And it is exciting. It's August. You can start to feel some excitement building and growing. We're seeing great things. Had a great July. Having a good August so far with some big things coming up. So very excited about getting to spend some time together with you guys and talking about the incentive and earning the incentive. By the time we end, I'll have given you a couple of practical ideas around earning the incentive, as well as some mindset and mental approach side to earning the incentive, and a couple of tools and resources that you can use. So I am really grateful to spend some time with you guys. If we haven't yet met, I am Jason Harwood. Been at Scentsy for 15 years now, 15 years in September. So I say 15 years, but I still have to make it one more month before it's officially 15 years. And hopefully I do. And
You're not going anywhere now. We've got you back.
Yeah. Right now I'm the I don't even like to say interim right now. Yeah. Interim country manager, UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg. So excited to be with you guys. Okay. And yeah, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I will try to respond to questions as I can, but sometimes I get really excited and talking quickly and then I don't see comments, but I'll try to get back around to them. All right, let's talk about the incentive. Look at how fun. Oh my gosh. There it is. And I'm going to show you a little bit later a tool where you can find some incredible pictures like this of beautiful Greece and Istanbul, Turkey, as well as the opportunity to get your reunion registration totally free, so that we can meet up and spend time together in Germany. That one is going to be a lot of fun. Excited about reunion in Germany. So if you decide, you know what, that's what I want, I'm going for getting my incentive or my reunion registration paid for so that I can be there August 7th through 9th. 1 year from now, we'll be in Germany. Isn't that fun? Berlin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll be having a great time. Okay, so if you haven't yet taken advantage of some of the resources that are available for you, there is a lot of information about the incentive. Let me show you this quick little video. You go over here to more and then down to incentives, and boom, all of your incentive information is there, how to earn it, how you earn points. We're going to look at a couple additional screens from here. Check out the FAQ and get excited and then start putting into action earning this incentive. here's the point breakdown of what you will need to earn the incentive. As I mentioned, 15,000 points gets you reunion registration. 25,000 points gets you your spot on the boat. And then you just get yourself to, I think it's Greece. I think that's where it's taking off from. So, which is nice because it's a lot more expensive to get to Greece from Idaho, for example, than it is from the UK. There are some trackers. Deb Bowden was talking about this a couple of days ago, yesterday, on a call that I was on with her, that there are some fancy trackers that you can do. If you want to start tracking airfare, there's apps that will do it. If you tell it, I want to fly from here to there, and it will alert you when there are good prices on certain things. So you might start tracking some airfare. Is it Athens? I guess we'd fly to Athens, right? I don't know. But you know, that would
Yeah, it is, Jason.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, that would get you close. So get there. And then 25 and then 40,000 points is you on the boat and all airfare taken care of. You're totally covered. 50,000 gets two people there. With I think one of them, one of the airfares covered. Is that right? Oh no, flight's not included. Oh yeah. Your flight is included. Your guest's flight is not included at 50,000 points. So you just have to get airfare for your guest and then 65,000 points. So, but we're going to talk about how that's possible and how you're going to get this done. So if you look on the incentive page there is a breakdown, and this is set to that 40,000 points. This is getting you and your airfare covered. And it is broken down by what your starting title is. So what your starting title is this month, you go and look and you say, okay, right now I'm a star consultant. Here's what I'm going to need to do. Or right now I'm a lead consultant. Here's what I'm going to need to do. The first thing that kicks in here as you look at this is sort of an understanding that for this to happen, it is true. You are likely going to have to engage in business behaviors that maybe you've never done before. You might have to do some stuff you've never done before. You might even have to do some stuff you don't currently know how to do. And that's totally normal and a perfectly acceptable part of earning an incentive. Maybe a growth piece that you've never experienced before. And it reminded me of a quote from Heidi Thompson. This is from her keynote in 2015. She was talking about butterflies in 2015. And that first sentence I really love. We need to be hungry for our transformations. And this period of time, these next 6 months can be a period of transformation for you. If that's what you decide, if you're hungry for it, if you're saying, yeah, I want a period of transformation. It's these transformations that really define us, as Heidi says. Born either out of passion or despair. People move typically for one of two reasons. One is pain and the other is love. And so it might be that you're experiencing a little bit of life pain and saying, I need to transform. I hope not, but it might be. It might also be that you decide, you know what, man, I'm just going to go all in. And because I am feeling passionate about my own growth, about my own success, about proving to myself that I can do this, I'm going to grow and transform. And either out of passion or despair, we choose to grow. So when you look at those points, if your first thought is, oh my gosh, I've never done anything like that. I've never gotten that many points. I've never sold that much PRV. I've never sponsored that many people. That's okay. Earning this trip will likely require you to do some things you've never done before and some things you might not know how to do right now. And we look at that and say, okay, I'm going to be hungry for this. I'm going to do some things differently than what I have done in the past, because that's what brings us results different than the results that we have gotten in the past, is doing things different than the way that we've done things in the past. Let's take a look then at what this will take. And I'm going to go over 6 words with you tonight. All of them start with the letter C. So down there at the bottom, it is our C6 plan. That sounds very official. That sounds like you're part of a secret exclusive group getting the C6 plan. To start with, it's about being clear, having clarity on your goal and what it is that you hope to accomplish. Some people do vision boards, some people just jot it down. I see some of you are taking notes. That's fantastic. Or you can put it into the chat, but just take a minute and jot down what is your clear statement of what you want to have happen in your business over the next 6 months. Maybe that's, I want to earn reunion registration. Maybe that's, I want to get myself on the boat. Whatever that is, put into the chat or jot it down on in your notes, a clear statement Claire. There you go. Claire. That's another good C word. Claire is getting clear. And what is it that you're hoping to accomplish in the next 6 months? Sometimes it might just be like, I want to go from, maybe I'm just a new consultant and I want to go from being a certified consultant to a star consultant. That's great. Maybe it's, I just want to promote to director. That's fantastic. Let's just get clear. Yeah, Michelle, reunion for free. Oh, Laura, I'm going on that cruise with my daughter. Love it. Sarah, I'm going on that cruise. Heck yes, you are. Oh, yeah, Lisa, man, a year from now, you will have gone on that cruise. Let's go. Love it. Director promotion, incentive level 3. Oh my word. Love it. Love it. Don, yeah, I love Greek food. Nothing like Greek food. I'm going to be a director and on that cruise and eating lots of Greek food. All three of my favorite things to do. Well, be on a cruise and eat, I guess, or 2 of them. I don't know about hitting director. Going on that cruise. I hope to be there too. Boy, that will be fun. Okay, so now we're clear. The next thing we want to do is we want to start to narrow down. We want to start to get concise in our planning. And I think this is a bit interesting because I'm actually going to do it this year because I've been thinking about it and I thought, oh, this year I'm going to do it. But talking in, say, 7, 8, or 9 months to people who have earned the trip and asking them, how did they do it? What was the secret to them? And what I think I'll find is that I'm going to hear a lot of different ideas, a lot of different ways that people earn the trip. And concise is doing 2 things. One, it's identifying, okay, what's going to work for me? Because people will either earn reunion or the trip from a wide variety of things. And just because you can earn it in 15 different ways, we sometimes get stuck if we try to do 15 different things. We get stuck because I heard a great quote from a member of the training team, Jonay. She said, indecision leads to inaction. If we're thinking about all the things we possibly could do, or we're not really clear around what our goal is, or we're not exactly sure what the next step is to take, we spend a lot of our mental, emotional energy in sort of thinking and brainstorming and trying to come up with ideas, and we don't spend that same mental energy and forward-thinking ideas around how to accomplish it. Okay, what's my next thing to do? So being concise says, yeah, there's lots of things I could do. Let me focus in on the things I am going to do. The other thing that being concise does is it takes 40,000 points, which can seem daunting, and says, okay, so what's the thing I need to do tomorrow? It's not about, oh my gosh, what do I got to do to earn 40,000 points by the end of January? It's really, what do I need to do tomorrow? One tool that I've given to try to help with this is our 2024 August challenge. I hope that you're looking at that and doing some of those things. If you didn't get the August challenge email, oh, I need to go post it out on the page. But if you didn't get the August challenge email, you should have gotten an email with an August challenge with some different ideas of things. And if you do them and you fill out the little survey thing, you're going to get invited at the end of the month to a special exclusive call with me and another member of a home office team. I'm not exactly sure who that's going to be. I have sent out a request for one person, and we'll see if that person says yes. But not two people. I know some people are like, "Ooh, it would be really cool if we got Heidi and Orville." Yeah, it would. Yeah. I'd be too nervous to ask them to join. Maybe sometime. But anyway, so that August plan gives you some concise ideas of things to do. We really want to start breaking this down. I showed you the screen there that shows how many points, and let's just say you're a star consultant, and the first thing that pops up is you need 2,500 PRV this month. So I start to get concise, and I say, okay, how much PRV is going to come from my customer follow-up? And maybe that's 500 PRV. I say, man, I need 500 PRV this month from customer follow-up. There's one tool available for you this month for follow-up that is only available this month, and that is your discontinued list. Go to your workstation, go to reporting, sales reports, discontinued list. It will give you a list of every customer who has ordered any of the products that are going away at the end of the month. And so only this month do you have the ability to message them and say, you ordered, I think Blue Grotto is going away. Is that right? You ordered something Blue Grotto. And I happen to know this is the last month that we're going to have Blue Grotto. And if you would like to order some more Blue Grotto, now is the time to do it. Plus, guess what? It's 10% off. And they respond and say, oh my gosh, yes, I love Blue Grotto. Please give me 6 bars of that. Now you have kind of 2 options. One is you can say, oh yes, fantastic. Let me get you 6 bars of Blue Grotto. And then you can say one of 2 things. You can say something like, Blue Grotto is going away for most people, but we do have a program called Scentsy Club, and you can put it into your Scentsy Club, and you can get a couple of bars every couple of months. Would you like me to set you up with a recurring order of Blue Grotto? And yeah, Laura said club. And then they say, okay, yeah, that would be great. Now you've got a new club subscriber. Now you've got some guaranteed PRV, however, whenever they set up their club subscription. So utilizing that, we have going out this month an email. I don't know when, I don't know all the details, but I did get confirmation that going out this month will be an email to all customers who have ordered product that's being discontinued, telling them about Scentsy Club. So when that goes out, you might watch for that. When that goes out, that's a great time to follow up with some customers and be like, hey, I'd love to get you set up on Scentsy Club for, whatever. And talk with them about Scentsy Club. That's a really good path. The other really good path is if they say, oh yeah, I love Blue Grotto. Let me get 6 bars of that. And you can say, fantastic. Quick question. Would you like me to set you up a customer rewards link for that? And they say, customer rewards link? What are you talking about, customer rewards link? It's really a party. We don't tell them it's a party. Shh. We don't tell them it's a party, but it's really a party. And you just go set up a party order and you say, here's your customer rewards link. Send this out to your friends, send this out to your family, share this on social media. When people order, they're going to go direct there. They're just going to order direct. Scentsy will ship it direct to them. You don't have to do anything. But as they order, you're going to start accumulating rewards. And now you've just booked a party. And then watch what happens is, yeah, some people call it a shopping link. I love that. Is they get to the end of that and they say, oh, great, I got this free and half price stuff. And you say, listen, I'll be honest with you. You just did about 90% of all of the work that it takes to be a Scentsy consultant. Have you ever thought of running your own business? We have a host exclusive kit. You can get it for a reduced price, and we'll just roll this party right over to you. You can join. You'll get all the PRV. You'll get paid on all of these orders. You'll still get your free and half price. Anyway, you have that whole conversation with them. And now I got a new recruit. And that's great because if she hits certified, I think you get, I can't remember, 1,000 points. The first one that hits, I think it's 1,000 points. Second one that hits, I think you get 2,000 points. And 3 or more, you get, I think 3,000 points per one. And if you're a star consultant, I think you need 6 people to join. And but man, that if you're going for 15,000 points, 3,000 points of getting 3 people to join and promote is great. Plus, you just have 3 people that joined and promoted, and so that's really pushing you. You'll probably get a personal promotion out of that. That's more points. Anyway, it all starts to bundle together. But where did that start? It started from being concise around working every day on that discontinued list. I'm saying a lot of words for a slide that says concise. So you've defined, okay, I need 500 PRV from follow-up. I need maybe a couple. Can you get some, just take an estimate, how much PRV are you going to get from Gordy Goodness and Beetlejuice, the 2 promos that are coming out this month? So you might just say, maybe I can get 100 or 200 PRV from that. Okay, now I'm going to get a couple hundred PRV from maybe scent of the month and warmer of the season, if we want to push that. Okay, and you're going to get down to the place where you're going to say, okay, and I'm going to need maybe 1,000 or 1,000 PRV from parties. I'm going to need 3-ish parties. And you get concise and you say, okay, that means I'm going to have to invite 10 people to book a party. That's on the 2024 August challenge, by the way, is to invite people to book a party. Yeah, Laura says start booking now. Absolutely. So go do that and fulfill the requirement for the August challenge and grow your business, make lots of PRV and earn some money. So we break that down and we say, okay, every single month, where's my PRV coming from? Where am I going to get the PRV that I need? And what that does is it starts to narrow our focus and it starts to get us thinking about what's my next action. Concise down to what do I have to do today? I will say this, most people that I talk to who earn the incentive, one common trait is that they have an all of the above approach to getting PRV in particular. So are they doing parties? Yes. They probably do some in-home parties. They probably do some basket parties. They do some shopping links. Are they active on social media and getting some orders that way? Yes. Are they promoting some of the LTOs and promos? Yes. Are they doing follow-up? Yes. Are they maybe even doing a table at a couple of bazaars or holiday craft shows or things like that? Probably doing that. And are they maybe even doing some fundraisers? Yes, they probably are. It's kind of an all of the above thing. We've talked a bit about fundraisers recently with some people and trying to build some understanding and excitement. Fundraisers is a great way. You can get a lot of PRV and add a lot of new customers through fundraisers. And I love what Gemma said right there. I don't feel confident in partying. I need some games or things to do. And then somebody says, I don't really do a lot of, that's fine, whatever you want to do. But it goes back to this idea that, yeah, you're going to have to probably do some things that you haven't done traditionally and some things that maybe you don't know. And that's what I love is reaching out and saying, okay, what people who have booked parties, oh my gosh, Claire, 12 bookings for events already before December. Then we go to Claire and we say, Claire, what did you do? How did you do that? And what do you do at those events so that I feel a bit more confident and comfortable? Maybe I go to the training center, look up under Success Paths on that. But if you're like, I've never done a fundraiser before, I don't know how to do fundraisers, go to the workstation, search for fundraiser. There's a bunch of training there about it. And you can easily put together a fundraiser. Some people do limited product fundraisers of where they don't have all the products available. They just do like fragrance flower fundraisers where the only thing they say is you can buy fragrance flowers, or even Scent Circle, even with the change from that's coming up in the new catalog with the Scent Circle, there's a way that you can do that. So yeah, anyway, okay, so yeah, 2 parties booked, I have a party booked, great. So get it down concise and say, here's how break it down. Here's where I'm getting my PRV. And okay, if I need 500 PRV from follow-up, here's what I'm going to do. If I need 1,000 PRV from parties, here's what I'm going to do. If I need 250 PRV from Gordy Goodness and Beetlejuice, here's what I'm going to do. I wouldn't recommend going and watching the movie because that Beetlejuice movie, it is a terrible movie. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't, good for you. It is not a great movie. I watched it. I actually watched it on the way home from reunion. I was like, oh, I haven't seen Beetlejuice in a long time. I need to watch it. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. Okay, so get concise. And if you're struggling with a concise plan, this is where being in a group like this is so helpful. This is where you can reach out to Lisa or Laura or others who are really gifted and on this call who have done great things and say, hey, help me come up with my monthly plan. I'd like to check in with you once a month and talk about my monthly plan on how I'm going to, Laura's not much of a movie goer. And I want to check in once a month on my monthly plan. Get it concise, get down to, okay, here's what I'm going to do today. And that leads us to our next thing, which is being consistent. This is the thing that will have the biggest impact on your progress towards earning the incentive, is being consistent. We have a cute little calendar thing there. And I'd encourage you to print off a calendar that looks just like that one, just blank pages and the month, just so you can mark off, did I work my business today? Did I work my business today? Did I work my business today? And just mark it off. Did I do something? And strive to not let a day go by where you don't do something in your business. Some days it's going to be more time. Some days it's going to be more effort than others. But man, every single day, just connect with doing something within your business. And so, but I want to point out, and that maybe Lisa and Laura will correct me on this, or Sarah or others who really know the business better than me. I think there are two actions when we talk about being consistent. I think there are two actions that have a bigger impact, that are kind of bigger bang for your buck actions. Because maybe it's 8 p.m. and you haven't done anything in your business yet, and you think, okay, I'm going to post on social media and I'm going to go, a little video clip of Beetlejuice and who are my Beetlejuice fans, and say it with me, Beetlejuice, 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 and maybe you'll get some response there. Mark your calendar. You did something in your Scentsy business. Very proud of you. Those are not the actions that I think bring the biggest results in your business. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Sarah said follow up. The number one biggest result for your business is to follow up. Yeah. Get the Scentsy Connect app. If you don't have the Scentsy Connect app or don't want to use it, go to your workstation, go to sales reports, go to reorder report, and print that off. And yeah, one-on-one connection. Actually having a one-on-one interaction with another human being is the biggest bang for your buck, and that's follow-up. And so message out, and I've talked a little bit about that, what you can do. You can use that discontinued list for a little bit of follow-up too. But follow-up is the same. Oh my gosh, I see that you last ordered from me 3 months ago. My guess is you need some new bars in your cupboard. What would you like me to order from you? We have a bunch, 10% off this month, however you want to say it. And then when they say yes, you say, oh my word, thank you so much. If you really love this fragrance, we do have a thing called Scentsy Club where you can get this fragrance consistently forever, a couple of bars every 3 months, or you can say, do you want me to set you up a shopping link or a rewards link? And turn that into a party. And there have been so many great answers in here about networking, about reaching out, one-on-one connection, creating relationships. And one of the ways that you can do that is number 2, and that is through asking someone to book a party. If you've only got 5 minutes to spend in your business, I would tell you, message a couple of people and ask them to reorder, follow up, or message a couple of people and say, hey, I've got this little collection. I've got this little basket of testers. If I give this to you with a couple of little goodies, would you be willing to take it around your office and just let people smell it and gather some orders? You'll get some free and half price stuff. Just set up a little basket party. Hey, if I brought some tea and testers, would you be willing to have a couple of people come to your house and let's just do have a little get together and have a cuppa and a chat? and is that what I say? Is that good? Yeah. And gets and tea and testers. If I bring tea and testers, will you just invite a couple friends over? Let's just get together and chat. Those things bring bigger results than just posting on social media. I know posting on social media is important and it's an important thing to do and you want to be consistent and it's great and all those things are very important. It's a fantastic way to build brand awareness and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if I've only got 10 minutes to work in my business today, I would either follow up or ask someone to host a party. A sip and sniff. Yeah, that's really good. I love that too. Wine and whiffs. Good. Good. I have heard get people drinking, they buy more. Yeah, but be consistent. Okay, now we want that. Those are the physical things. We want to take a look a little bit at the mental, the mindset side too. Yeah, please do use TN testers or yeah, that's good. It doesn't work well here in America because we don't like tea so much. We like, I don't know, probably.
No one drinks tea in America, Jason. We found that out when we was like asking everyone, have you had tea before? They're like, no. I'm like, what?
If they do, it's like sweet tea.
Yeah, nobody knows what
Southerners
you're
drink
talking
like
about.
sweet tea.
I don't
Yeah,
even know what that is. What is that?
I don't know. I'm not a tea drinker. So yeah, Don says, ooh, sweet tea. Yeah, it's not real tea. Like you would drink it and be like, wait, you call this tea? Yeah, oh yeah, like it's like iced tea. We do drink a lot of coffee here. A lot of coffee. Yeah. Coffee. Yeah, Katrina, that's great. I suggested popped in there for a change to their session. She said yes. That's awesome. Yeah, and look, they're going to use the credits on fundraisers. That's so good. I saw somebody recommended recently something you can look into. Fundraisers for schools is really big, but also like buddy drives is something that people do where you set a link up and people can go and you just tell them order the buddy, have it shipped to you, and then you're going to go donate those buddies to a local children's organization, maybe like a children's hospital or you know, some type of children's after school program or something like that. And then all people do is they buy the buddy and you donate the buddy like in their honor and gather up a bunch of buddies and you get the opportunity to be incredibly generous. Of course, you get the PRV. That's great too. You get lots of contacts. That's great too. But really, it's for those of you driven to, you know, maybe do something kind, especially around the holidays. There are many opportunities for that type of thing to do some significant give back and charitable contribution, which is a big part of what we do. So, yeah. Okay. Good ideas there. Okay. Compelling. Compelling. This is the mindset. This is why are you doing this? Why will you push for this? What is driving you to say, man, I'm going to really push for these next 6 months? There has to somewhat be a compelling thing because sometimes it's going to be 8 o'clock at night. You're going to message 5 people for follow-up and all 5 of them are going to completely ignore you. Or all 5 of them are going to say, no, thanks, I'm not really interested. And when that happens, what's the compelling drive that says, okay, I'm going to ask 5 more people tomorrow, or I'm going to ask 10 people tomorrow? What is it that's going to drive you to say, man, I'm going to keep working even when I have a setback? And so you might think about that. You might jot it down. You might even put it into the chat as to what is it that's going to push you over the next 6 months. Sometimes it's like, you know, I really want to get on a cruise, but usually that's almost secondary. It's like, I want to prove it to myself. I want to show to myself that I can do this. Sometimes it's even like, man, I want to show to my kids that, man, you know, you can really dedicate yourself. You can put in effort, energy, and you can really accomplish something big. And I want to show to people, my family who told me I shouldn't do this, that man, if I just really put my mind to it for 6 months, I can accomplish great things. Maybe it's just like, man, I want to make a little bit of extra money, and I really want to do something special for my kids this year at Christmas time or whatever. And so I'm really pushing through to earn some extra money between now and then. Check out the income disclosure statement at Scentsy.com. Yeah, Lisa, we know that about Lisa, an all or nothing, right? Like full commitment to whatever she takes on, and that's powerful. Anna, I need to prove to myself that I can actually grow my business and earn an incentive. Yeah, I'm forever doubting myself. Man, Anna, that is so true. We do. And then one thing I can promise you, Anna, is that you're going to have moments of doubt and difficulty and challenge and setback over the next 6 months as you work towards earning this. And it's just deciding like, man, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to respond differently over the next 6 months. I'm going to talk to myself and about myself differently over the next 6 months. Those are important things. And so just be thinking through what's that compelling purpose. The next one is committed, being committed. This is like that daily promise to yourself. I love what Tony Robbins says about making a decision. Once we make a decision, it's time for action. It's time to move forward. The easiest person to convince of somebody or something is yourself, because all the arguments that you'll believe, and then when you hear yourself give yourself the argument, you believe it. And so oftentimes we can talk ourselves out of anything, and excuses that we wouldn't accept from a friend, we accept from ourselves. And so we start working in that commitment phase of ourselves. When I tell myself I'm going to do 10 minutes on my business, I do it not because I think that 10 minutes is going to drastically change my whole life, but I want to be the type of person who stays committed to something. I want to be the type of person who I say this is my intention and I work through it. Oftentimes this is so much bigger than just your business. And I think I saw maybe Laura put into the chat, right, that you earn this trip, but it's more about who you become as a person. I'm the type of person who stays committed to things. That's a powerful thing, regardless of whether you end up with 65,000 points or 15,000 points or 12,000 points. Honestly, like if you give your full heart, your full commitment, your full effort, and you end up at 12,000 points, man, I hope you celebrate. I hope you go out and have a nice dinner and, order an appetizer and dessert with it and say, I'm so proud of myself for staying committed to this thing, regardless of what the outcome was. And the final C, this is the 6th C, is courage. You will have to have courage. It will take incredible courage to print that discontinued list and start messaging out to people. It will take courage to go to your PTA and say, would you guys be interested in doing a Scentsy fundraiser? It will take courage to message people and say, hey, have you, if I bring tea and testers, will you invite some friends over and let's have a get together? That's going to be required. And you just say, okay, that's part of my mindset over the next 6 months, is a mindset of courage and, continuing to do things because you've committed to yourself to do it. So there's your 6 C's, the C6 plan: clear, concise, compelling, consistent, committed, and courageous. And that leads us to so many capable. Love that. That's another C word that's thrown in there. Yeah. Capable. And when we put those things into action, when we get clear, when we narrow down and we say, okay, I'm going to narrow down my focus to just what do I got to do today? I'm just going to do today the consistent work. I have a compelling reason why. I'm committed because I'm going to be the type of person who, if I say I'm going to try for this, I'm going to try for it and give my full effort, and I'm going to have courage even when it's tough. great things will happen. Again, regardless of how many points you end up with at the end of this. But for many, it'll be, man, I'm going on that cruise and I can't wait to celebrate. I have a couple of resources for you. This is a QR code. You can scan it, or I'm going to put the link for it in the chat here momentarily. I'll stop the share here. I'll give you a second if you want to. But I'll also, oh, I think, can I keep my share going? No, maybe not. So let me put the link for that in the chat, and then I'm going to go and show you, if you follow that QR code or this link, there's a couple of resources available for you right there on a Google Drive. So now let me share my screen again and share that cute little thing. So one of the things that we have are images. Julie Timmick put this together for us. And some Greece and Turkey images. So you can make it your screensaver on your computer. You could make it your screensaver on your phone. You could print some of these off and put them, you know, around at your desk or on your mirror or in your car, someplace where you're going to see them. And you can just come in here and say, boom, that's, oh, there you go. There you go. You can scroll. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't this going to be fun? Seeing some of these things. There's those white, that like what we had in the picture there, the ocean, what we think of Greece. So anyway, some fun pictures in there. So you can use that. And then the other thing that's in this drive, oh man, how do I get out? Yeah, are a couple of trackers. Somebody said they have their tracker right on their fridge. That's great. If you want to share other trackers, these are two. This is from our friend Shannon Carter. This is a Canva one that's pretty simple and basic. And if you don't have Canva, you can get a free, totally free account, and you can pull this up and print it off. But you go on here and you just fill in. You can just write in, you know, print this off, get your cute little pencil and write in your goal up here and then your actual achievement down here for each of the months. What's your goal for PRV? This personal sensational start is just if you're in sensational start period, which many of you are probably not. If you get a personal promotion, how many points you're going to get for the rank that you're paid at. And then these kind of green, teal, I don't know what you call that color, teal ones are for recruits, a front line that earned sensational start or a front line that went to certified or lead. And look at that, you're going to get 500 points if you attend World Tour, which everybody should do, because one, it's 500 points, plus two, I mean, it's going to be amazing. So that's one tracker. This one from Dylan Campbell is in Google Sheets, which is, I think, another free thing. This one is for people who love a good spreadsheet. If you love a good spreadsheet, this is for you. If you're like, I just want to print it off and write with my pencil, that's the Shannon Carter one. If you love yourself a good spreadsheet, Dylan has done something amazing here. This is your scorecard. You don't really mess with this, but you come in here to the PRV tracker. And in here, you can say, what was my actual PRV? Let's say you did 2689 and you were paid as a star consultant for the month, and it automatically puts in the points for that. And then you come over here and you can see that, oh, are you guys seeing my dumb, oh, there we go. Survey. And you can see, oh, it was put in there. Now you're at 2989. Or you can come here to consultant tracker, and I recruited this person. They hit sensational start level 1. I get some points for that. Yes, they promote. This is my first person that promoted to certified, and they have not yet promoted to lead. And then if I come over here to my scorecard, now I have 1,500 sponsoring points and etc. So if you like this sort of thing, this is a good one for that. If you watched what I just did and you were like, what just happened? What is it? Where do we put the what number? Just don't mess with this one. This is good if you like a good spreadsheet. If you don't like a good spreadsheet, you'll spend more time being frustrated and angry about the spreadsheet, and you will spend less time following up with customers. Just print off this one and just write it down and then be happy. Spend less time, you know, worrying about the tracker. So, but a couple of resources for you there, depending on how you like to work. Okay, we have a few minutes. If anybody has questions, is sponsoring monthly or overall? So you get points if a person joins and hits certified and then join sensational start, certified, and lead. So it's anybody who joins starting August 1st who hits those levels. If you have people on your team who joined before August 1st and hit certified, you still get points. I think it's 500. Yeah, Laura, my brain hurts. Yeah. Don't worry about using the
Yeah,
spreadsheet.
that's what I meant with that thing, and I think that was a perfect example of like people work so differently. Like that
Yeah.
first bit of colouring in, I'm all over that.
Yeah, I can't believe that guy built that. Like, just to do all of the functions and the stuff, I was like, oh my word, that's incredible. But it's not I mean, I would maybe use it, but I'm much more of just like, okay, let's just print it off. Let's just write it in there and be
Lisa
happy.
could whip that up in like 5 minutes. She'd be like, "Look,
Yeah.
I've done this."
Yeah. Yep.
I think I just wanted to add, and I'm sure Lisa will as well, and anybody else obviously just wanted to say thank you, because this has just obviously brought the energy and the fire that we need right at the start of this, because it's all on there for us all to see. But it was really, that was a brilliant presentation. So thank you very much all for your time
thank
for doing
you.
this.
Yeah, great to spend time with you guys. And I love spending time with you. This is what it will come down to, is these key things. And I'm excited. You guys have great opportunity. And I mean, we haven't even hit on some of the big things coming up. Harvest and holiday collection. The harvest bars this year are amazing. So we're looking forward to a great September. Lots of great stuff. So it's going to be good.
Definitely. And I think,
Oh yeah, Wicked. We did. I honestly don't know, but I know we sort of kind of referenced it at reunion, didn't we?
Teased it.
Yeah, teased it, Lisa.
There was a bit of a teasing going on.
Yeah, but the movie's coming out, right?
yes, I saw it advertised at the cinema last week.
You know what I saw advertised the other day was Prime Video. I don't know if it's worldwide, but Prime Video is coming. They have a series about Lord of the Rings that's coming out soon. So some of your Lord of the Rings freaks might be. And I say that because I love Lord of the Rings. That's one thing. I mean, yeah, anyway, yeah. So yeah, you could share about that if you still haven't sold your 3 Lord of the Rings products yet.
I love that.
I think probably what Lisa and I can probably add is what you would, it's really poignant, because genuinely we hadn't discussed this. While we were on the phone earlier today, we were talking about how where we're at right now, like, whether it's for us personally or as a business as a whole, like your drive has to be bigger than just bigger than the cruise, or bigger than earning a little bit of money every month. Like there has to be something that drives you, and it's that mindset of, and guys, once you've been on a Scentsy incentive trip, you will never not earn another Scentsy incentive trip. Like when we say they're special, like there is no experience like it in the world. So honestly, you need to believe, first of all, that you can do this. That's the first thing. Like Jason said, you need to have that relentless belief that it is possible. And don't be scared to reach out. If you're on this Zoom, you're in either one of our groups, do not be scared. No question is too silly. We're all here to help.
Can I just add on there as well, guys, that just to echo everything Jason said. I've loved this, by the way, Jason.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to not have good enough internet to be able to come and speak, and then it's been a result because you've done all the talking. So that's amazing. But I said this to Laura earlier on when we were chatting about this. I said, I never even knew when I joined Scentsy that there was an incentive running. And Laura will tell you this. I was out running when I earned my very first incentive, which was 6 months into my business. You could start that 6 months right now. So if you're a certified consultant that's maybe been with Scentsy for 6 years, you might be deciding, well, actually, this is my time to kickstart my business into the next gear. The 6 months is good. This next 6 months is mine. I'm going to own it, because I didn't even really know what was happening. I literally was just doing good PRV, booking parties, like Jason said, left, right, and centre. We were probably partying 3 or 4 times a month. Good, home parties that were giving us active orders, bringing us probably 1,000 PRV, if that, maybe more, throughout the month, sponsoring and then helping people to book parties and do exactly the same. That literally was the simplicity of it, and that was how I earned my first incentive, my second incentive, my third incentive, and it's never changed. And Laura and I, we're big advocates for this. We work our business like we're in an incentive period, 12 months of the year. We're not, you will never catch me going, oh, it's an incentive period and I need to sponsor now. Like that doesn't happen for me and Laura. And I know lots of our directors and lots of our leaders. It's for us, it's just that consistent thing that Jason talked about, making that a consistent process in your business, and you will earn the trip. The trip will just come as a result of, you know, all the hard work, and that those processes literally make those your mission to go for the PRV, book the parties, find new customers. That for me is, you know, you will hear me harp on about that all day, every day, because it is literally my favorite thing. My mum has been laughing at me because wherever we go, I've given out scent circles and samples. She actually said to me, which is a compliment. And those of you that know my story with my dad, she went to Mike when he got here last night. She's just like her dad. Everywhere we go, there's someone that she knows. And what a surprise. She's giving out scent circles, trying to make customers wherever we go. She's just like her dad was. That's me. Literally working that like it's a consistent thing. I didn't have no Wi-Fi, so I had to network, right? So,
but actually that's a blessing, because actually when you don't have that option, you know, we have to go back to old school. And like Lisa said, I remember, so when my sponsor told me I had an incentive, didn't even know that like SFR was a thing at the time, because I could have gone to California, but I didn't know. I went on the cruise, was very overwhelmed, but it was amazing, like meeting all these amazing people. And when Lisa ran her first incentive trip, I remember ringing her and she was out running, and she was like, I was like, oh my God, we're going to Mexico. And she was like, what? I was like,
what do you mean?
I was like, what do you mean? I went, you've just done a trip to Mexico, like we're going to Mexico in January. She was like, oh, okay.
what just because I sold some wax and warmers? She's like, yeah. And I think I promoted to director actually the next month.
And that, do you know what? And that is something that I wanted to add on here as well. And if Gemma Webb happens to watch this back, I always use her as an example, and I know she won't mind, right? So if you are new, there's a huge misconception, guys, that everyone thinks like, oh, you know, it's only the people at the top that earn the incentive trips. It's only the people that have been in for years and got loads of experience. Think about it this way, right? When you come in, I would never say it's easier for anybody to earn a trip. It's easy for the people that work for it, basically. But if you come in and you are an essential consultant, you have every single promotion ahead of you to earn a huge chunk of incentive points. And Gemma Webb started the Mediterranean Cruise Incentive as an essential consultant. And when the incentive period closed, she was a director and she had earned her first cruise. So it is totally possible. And I and Lisa both hit director, star director, and superstar director outside of an incentive period. So those incentives were all earned without actual promotions. So don't think, oh, well, you know, it's just easy because you've been in longer. It is easier, but for anyone that works it all the time, baby, basically.
There's no difference of people that it's easier for. It's I said this to Laura earlier when we were chatting. It's just making a decision. You're going for it, yes or no. And like Jason said, making the plan. As soon as you've got that concise plan, I made my plan earlier because I sat here and thought, God, I'm going to talk about this tonight, and I don't even know. So I wrote it all down and made like okay, so if I'm going to get probably paid at this title. This is how much PRV I do on average. I wrote it all down. You know, I know I'm going to get my world tour points. I know I'm going to get the consistency points. My basic points is X. Now I already know that this is what I can do. So I think I already worked out it was 24,000 points. And now the rest, that's in my control. That's how I look at it. Those points are in my control. They're not like, that's not Laura's control. That's not Sarah's. That's not whether I've recruited anybody. Those points, that 24,000 points is up to me, whether I choose to work to get paid at that title, whether I choose to get that 2,500 PRV. That's my choice, and that's in my control. So I can make that bit happen. The rest is just, you know, me sponsoring like crazy, helping people to do all of the things that we do. So that's just something I just want you to think about, because you need to work out what's in your control and what are you prepared to put into it. When I have given up a lot of time, sometimes I've worked late nights, I've worked till 1 o'clock in the morning. Laura, tell you, sometimes we've been on FaceTime at like 12 o'clock at night, both packaging orders. we do what we have to do to earn these things because they are so incredible. And like Laura said, there is nothing like an incentive trip. Like, just aside from, you know, the fact that you go to destinations that you would never book yourself, number one. Number two, you get to do excursions that I certainly would never have booked. And then at the end of it, I'm standing there like almost crying my eyes out, like, this is so amazing.
Well,
And then the realization of what it shows to your hubby that's standing next to you, and him going, I can't believe that you got this for free. And, you know, on top of the generosity of the room gift, the room drops, and, you know, I don't even think about things like that, but those are just bonuses. And by the end of it, it's just like this overwhelming bubble of like, did I really earn this for free? Like, come on, like, I just have to sell wax and warmers and help people do the same.
like 1,000,000%. And if you were on our team powwow, you heard this when we got back from SFR. There's two things that Lisa's touched on that I just want to elaborate there. One, when we went to, obviously I know we went to SFR, but we took that as our incentive, so we earned our trip to SFR this year. And the morning after, we had got up, gone into Magic Kingdom, had breakfast under Smellephant, which has got this, obviously with Jason, you know, Scentsy has obviously got the ride in there. Our day started, anyone knows I love a sunrise, watching the sunrise in Magic Kingdom with no public there, okay? The day ended in Universal Studios, closed to the public, every drink, every bit of food, everything Scentsy had covered. Now, and it's not about that, but it's about their generosity. And the next morning, I got up in our hotel room. You all know I've had, you know, a hugely emotional year personally, but I was sat on the bed and Lisa was in the bathroom and I was like crying, and she came out and she was like, I was like sobbing, like full on, like sobbing. But she came out and she was like, oh my God, are you all right? And I was like, this is just the best company ever and I'm so grateful. Like, and I literally was.
I thought that I honestly thought, guys, that someone had died, or like she was going to tell me something awful had happened. And she was like, I'm just so happy. And she was like, I'll be all right in a minute. Just don't talk to me for a minute. I was like, I'll get you a coffee. Georgie, for a coffee.
But what I mean is, when something touches you, like literally affects your soul that much, and I was just like, in what reality is this real life? But it's real life because I bought a Scentsy kit 8 years ago, like, and worked really hard. And if I can do it, and Lisa can do it, and everybody that's on here that's earned a trip can do it, you can all do it too. And you get to have those experiences, much like when we walked up to the glacier in Norway, much like Lisa just said, when Dan first shook Heidi and Orville's hand in Mexico, and he literally, that was a, you know, a game changer for my husband. All these moments that literally money can't buy, because you became part of this wonderful company. And then you see other people that you see, and then it just becomes something bigger. So then when you come back and somebody ignores you on a message, next one, because you're thinking about those feelings that you've experienced, it becomes something bigger almost than you can articulate. And then once you've experienced that, you share that with other people, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, that was just my little emotional outburst.
She was very emotional. I think the biggest takeaway, guys, for all of you is to know that the only thing that stops you from doing something is your mindset.
Yeah.
And, you know, all of the C's that Jason talked about, compelling, concise, all of those, consistency, they all start with the mind. And yeah, Jason's written a book about habits, and I know that all of those things will be in there, Jason, won't they? Like, give you a little plug in there, but I know that these are the sort of things that you covered, and it's all to do with the mindset. And the mind is the only thing that stops discipline and your habits happening. For years I kept saying, I can't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym. I now get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I go to the gym nearly every day of the week. You know, it's about building those habits, and it's about your mind, you and your mindset, thinking positive, you know, saying I will, I am, as opposed to I'll try, I might. The I am statement is probably one of the most impactful and positive things that you can do in your everyday life, let alone just when in your Scentsy business. So
there's a quote that I found. I'm trying to. I thought I had it up, but I don't. It's something like, and I shared it when I was on a training recently, but it said, being positive, like, it's easy to be positive when things are going well, or things are just falling in your lap, or like when, you know, not that we're going to look backwards, but when you just put up a picture of a warmer and sell 20 of them, you know, when life was crazy. But it's easy to be positive when things are going well. but it's like imperative to be positive when you have to work for it, because actually then when the results come, it wasn't those exact words, but it's along those lines. So I almost wanted to, I can't because of like GDPR, but I wanted to, when we say like follow up with people or ask people the question, I might follow up with like 30 people and 2 people might place an order. So I wanted to kind of scroll down my inbox and show you, because I feel like I wanted to show you how many people do ghost me. But then the next time I follow up, they might come back and it's okay. It's never anything personal. So if you're like following up or asking a question and like you've asked 3 people and nobody orders, please don't be disappointed, because that's totally normal.
You need to ask 300, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Lisa, Laura, friends, I have to drop off.
No,
Have a-
honestly,
No, we're
thank you
good.
so
Listen,
much. Yeah.
We're up anyway.
You guys keep talking. You guys are amazing. We love
Thanks,
you.
Jason.
Let
Thank
me know if
you
you guys
so
need any
much.
help with anything. And can't wait to see you guys again soon.
Amazing.
All right.
Jason. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, we won't keep you for like hours and hours and hours, guys, but how amazing was that? First of all, he's just phenomenal, isn't he? Has anyone got any questions? Like, now we're a bit more like, not that Jason's not our friend, but if you want to unmute yourself, ask any questions. Now there's no one like from home office there. Is there anything that anyone wants to share? Like, honestly, anyone that's earned a trip, anyone that's gone for a trip, like, honestly, the floor is yours. Is if there's anything when it comes to how you're planning on earning a trip, like I totally could, there's a couple of people on this call I could totally pick on, but does anybody want to volunteer to share some tips? We'll maybe just have a bit of a 10-minute, you know, sharing idea. Who's that? Who's talking to me?
Me, Summer.
I thought it was you. I was looking for who's talking to spotlight you. Right, off you go and I'll find you.
I'll find me. I've got my sunshine t-shirt on.
Right, I've got you. Yeah.
I'm in the dark, sorry.
I've got you.
So I earned Norway and I went into that incentive. Sorry, it's really grainy because I'm in Chris's office. I went into that incentive period as a star consultant and I promoted to superstar consultant and then director in like 2 consecutive months. I think it was like September and October. And I really understand like that was going to get me the trip at all. I just worked. But my why wasn't the trip. My why was quitting my job,
Yeah.
which I've now done, thankfully. But at the time, I just needed to get my head down and know that this needed to build as quickly as possible. So I was sponsoring, I was doing parties when I could, I was doing events when I could, I was getting as much PRV as possible. Like, I kid you not, the amount of sample packs I sent out in that incentive period, because I'd only started in the April. So like I just went crazy. I shared it everywhere. And I look back at that, reflect back, and I think to myself, God, I need to do that again. Like, and all the time I look back and think, I need to get more sample packs out. I need to get more people who don't know about Scentsy knowing about Scentsy. And it's just that, don't really think about the trip. Think about the actions you need to take to build your business and grow your business, because that's the most important part. The trip is an amazing, amazing bonus, but the growth in your business is like nothing else. Because I kid you not, that jump from the pay from not working to earn an incentive to earning an incentive pay is ridiculous. Like, I doubled my commission a month. Like, that is what it is. And if you, honestly, like, just keep going. Like, you know, don't be lazy. And I'm going to be really brutal. I'm really sorry, but don't be lazy. Like, don't sit there and think, I can't bother today. Be bothered, get disciplined, do it regardless, because the bigger picture, like, honestly, if you've not been on an incentive trip, you need to get yourself on one. I've already booked my childcare for Greece because I'm going on that ship. I'm not missing another incentive. It's not happening. So you all need to come with me, and you all just need to seriously, blinkers on, head down, get working. Think of it like a job. If you didn't work your job, you'd get the sack.
Yeah.
If you don't work your business, you ain't getting on that ship. So there you go. That's
Absolutely. No, that's amazing. It's definitely the right mindset that, you know, that you have to have.
I just
Yeah.
see that Una just said, I'm too overwhelmed. And Una, I just want to address that. Literally, it goes back to 3 things. And I literally, I don't think you need to be thinking about anything else but PRV, new customers, sponsoring, and help those people do the same. And it literally is as simple as that. I feel like so many people overcomplicate this business, and because you're seeing too many people do, I don't know, oh, I'm worrying about getting 50 people to buy a £6.52 bar of wax. Actually, do the follow up and get 10 people to buy 6-pack of wax, and you're going to get the same amount of orders. You're going to get the same amount of commission. Why make things so hard for ourselves? We're overcomplicating this whole business. Everything about it has become, you know, I've got to add all these extra bits in. I've got to do this. I've got to focus on this. I've got to do what that person's doing. This person's making that on Canva. Oh my God, that person's just promoted. How am I going to get there? I've just seen she's just sponsored. How am I going to do that? I can't do that because you're looking at what everybody else is doing. And my biggest tip for you is to do something that I had to do, and it was really hard to do, is I unfollowed so many Scentsy consultants, and I have a very small handful that I follow because the only thing I was seeing was Scentsy. I left a load of groups, not just Scentsy groups. I left a load of groups that I'm in. I went to my groups and was like, my God, I'm in something ridiculous, like 700 groups. I kid you not, I left 50 groups, and they were just random groups. The difference I'm seeing in my news feed and the different people I'm seeing in my Facebook, I now can use my Facebook as a tool. Before, it was a distraction, and it made me overwhelmed because I could see all these things everybody else was or wasn't doing. I was in 40 different people's customer groups, left them all, left. I left all my frontline customer groups, not because I don't love them, but it's because I trust them to do the job. They're in mine, and if they need the help, they will message me. I used to be that person that used to go and have a look in their customer groups and go, oh, that's amazing, or oh, you could do this, you could do that. And we end up spending too much time in other people's businesses. And the bottom line of it is we become overwhelmed because we're looking at what everybody else is doing. You just need to make a list, focus on what you need to do for your business. And then once you've done that and you've ticked that off, then you can go and look at what other people are doing. Then you can go and, you know, look at, I know there's a lot going on at the moment. Again, make a list. Realistically, the discontinued list is the only thing you need to focus on right now, probably until the last 2 weeks of the month, and then, or even the last week of the month, before you even stick a sticker on something or pick up the new. I haven't even picked up any of the new scents. People are going, Lisa, have you got Canva documents for this, this, and this? And I'm like, no. Like, someone else might have made it, but I'm not going to spend my time doing that right now, because right now I want 2,500 PRV. I want 3 new teamies, and I want them well on the way to being active. That's where my time is being focused right now, and the discontinuing list and finding new customers. If everything else can wait until the last week of the month, in my opinion, there will be other people that will make that stuff, and I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. And that's when overwhelm happens. So I sound brutal saying it like that, but I feel like I've made those mistakes, and I watch other people making them, and they get so involved in everybody else's business, or they end up getting or doing all these groups where they all come together, and then it becomes like a little negative moaning place, as opposed to, let me just get my head down and work my business. Our business is a bit of a lonely place sometimes. And I know we get accountability buddies. Laura's mine. I message her, oh, I've only got 200 PRV today. She might go to me, oh, don't worry, Lise, I'm similar. I've just booked a party. That might then trigger me to go and look at booking a party. But I haven't got 50,000 accountability buddies, because it does become overwhelming. It becomes, it's too hard, and you just literally need to get your head down and work on you. And that sounds really harsh, but that is literally my mic drop moment for you.
It is literally, if you watch that back, I'm going, yeah, nodding my head. I look like a flipping nodding dog, because that is like speaking to myself. And obviously Lisa and Emma know this, because you know, obviously we talk a lot, but when you listen to what Lisa and I said in the beginning, right? This business has evolved and has changed, which is wonderful. And I know there's loads of different avenues, and I know there's loads of different things to try, but hand on my heart, in the beginning, and like Emma just said, I could go through a whole day when I started Scentsy and not look at my phone, like genuinely, like not look at my phone. Like, because I would be like, right, well, I'm getting up and I'm going here. And all right, I was going out to teach my classes then, but I would take my bag to my classes. I would have conversations, like real life conversations. I would drop off a sample pack to somebody. Then I'd go come back. I was working as a midday assistant in the kids' school then as well. So I'd come back, have a shower, go to the school, maybe take my Scentsy bag with me. Like, and then I'd come back and then I might have a party in the evening. So, and then I'd come back and I remember being on a WhatsApp, not a WhatsApp, on a messenger chat with when Joe Davison was my SSD. And literally I would just put on there, be like, oh my God, I've come out of a party and I've done 500 PRV. Now, that was it. Like, that's how much I might look at my phone that day, but I had loads of conversations, loads of networking. And then the next day I might say, right, I'm going to have a day catching up on like Scentsy admin, I would call it. Certainly not. And Jennifer Anderson said this on her soundbite as well. She doesn't earn annual sales every year by being in this Facebook group or doing that Canva thing or that. Like, that's not working your business. You need, exactly like Lisa just said, you need to stop looking around at what other people are doing and focus on the actual actions, the actual income producing activities that you take every day. And it's like, how can I put this? It's like building a little bubble around you. That's the only way I can describe it. And that is why it is about building habits and it is about building discipline. And I know Katrina's put in the chat there, and this is something that I did years ago and it has changed my life. I have turned every single notification off on my phone. If I pick up my phone now, it's a picture of my family. I know when I go into WhatsApp, I've got messages. I know that I've got emails. I know that I've got messages. I know they're in there. But if I go to my screen, while I've been on this Zoom, nothing's popping up to distract me. So I then, when the time is right and I decide, I'll go in and check my messages, which obviously I do because I run a business, but they're not distracting me and I'm not constantly like living on somebody else's schedule. If you're constantly looking at, and I know people say like, oh, you know, if it's an emergency, if something is a real life emergency, somebody will ring you. Like, that is it. There's nothing in life that's not an emergency where somebody won't ring you. And honestly, it is for, and I know everybody works different. I know we said it earlier about how, like, you know, some people are like a colouring in spreadsheet, like they're 5, that's me. And some people are like an actual grown up Excel spreadsheet, that's not me. But everybody's different. But I know I couldn't work my business any other way because I do get too distracted. I've had to archive some leaders chats that I'm in. That's okay. It doesn't mean I don't like the people that are in there. Some of them ping quite a lot. So I can't have that going all day. I go in and check it once a day. So you have to do whatever works for you, but stop looking all around you and actually, like Lee said, get to the end of the day and see what you've actually done for your business. And that's what
I overwhelm can literally, and comparing all of those things, it can literally kill your business. Trust me, I was in that bubble of like overwhelm and looking elsewhere for a good 6 months of this year, and or even between end of last year to this year, and it took my business out of sync, let's just say, like massively. Not just my business, me as a person as well, like massively. So if you can find a way to work with your overwhelm, whether that be lists or whatever it may be, it will help you. But literally making that plan, like Jason said, will make such a difference. Like, I know, for example, now I've made my plan, 2,500 PRV is non-negotiable for me. Like, I can't get to the end of the month without 2,500. First of all, it's going to get me annual sales, tick. Second of all, it gets me well over the 30% bracket pay. And that's a nice chunk of extra pay because it's about £720 in PRV commission. That's without any other team commission. That's what my minimum paycheck will be. Income disclosure inserted. And that's in my control. So those are things that, you know, they're non-negotiables. It's working out what your non-negotiables are going to be and then making a plan to make sure they happen. And not letting anything stand in your way. Be a little bit brutal. And getting on that boat might be your non-negotiable. You've just got to be a little bit ruthless. This is, if you're not ruthless and you haven't got that in your body, this is the time to find that little ruthless bone, and be like, okay, I need to be ruthless. Tell your family. I see this quite a lot. I see a lot of other network marketing companies that stick Post-it notes on the wall as they mean something. So for me, I am going to Post-it note things like every sort of 3,000 or 4,000 points so that my kids can peel them off, and I can get my kids involved so that they can see the visual of my actual goal. And if you need a visual, do something like that. Even a colouring in tracker won't cut it for me because I won't colour it in. But for me, post-it notes that I can peel off the wall that mean something, and I can be like, yep. Same as when I'm going for annual sales, as it gets down to the wire, I have like my PRV amount stuck to my computer on a post-it note on the front. It'll say like 6,500 PRV to go, and I literally update it every few days. Every time I place an order, I make a new post-it note, stick it there so I can see it every single day. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in my office. Squares are going to be stuck up, and they're all going to mean something, where I can literally track what I'm doing. I see it, other people do it, and I'm like, I like that. I'm stealing.
Yeah, look, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to go.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 9:15, and we all probably need to shoot. So just really just make a decision, decide you can do it, put in the action, put in the work. Don't be too scared to ask any questions. And I hope this was helpful. Don't just listen to what we've said tonight and then get up tomorrow and not do anything. Basically, you need to decide and then put the stuff into action. I will share this recording when it downloads, probably tomorrow now, guys. But have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we cannot wait to see some of you at SFR and some of you on the boat. That sounded very nice.
All of you on the boat.
On boat.
All of you.
We'll see you on boat. Right. We'll see you later.
See you later, guys. Have a good evening.
Bye. Bye.